What up, everybody? Welcome to Pitch Me Moms, where we are going to help you get better at your business and your life so that you can achieve success. Why? Because you want to make your dreams come true, because you want to put your kids through private school or whatever you want to do, or you want to give money to charities. Whatever it is that you want to do, you set out to do your business for a reason, and we want to make sure that that happens. So in addition to letting moms come and pitch their ideas and talk about not only the viability of their business and whether they're viable, we also like to have guest experts on. And I couldn't be more excited about today's expert, because today we're going to talk about how my friend Amber Voigt gained over 200,000 followers through attraction marketing. Yes, 200,000 freaking followers. So get out your notepad and your tablet and get ready to take some serious notes, because here's the deal. I mean, right now, it doesn't matter what age you are, millennials, baby boomers, if you don't understand how to market on the internet, you are losing. And so this is not just something that we need to learn, this idea of attraction marketing, which she's going to explain more here in a second. It's something we have to master. It's something we have to commit to mastering. If you want to be successful at your business, not only do you have to be awesome at bringing people to you. And I think what people don't always realize is that there's a huge distinction between interruption marketing and attraction marketing. Interruption marketing is still used, but not nearly the way that it was, because we don't have the same opportunities, because we have choices as customers, as consumers, as to what we want in front of our face. So yeah, if we're cruising down the road and there's a huge billboard, that's interruption marketing. Like, I didn't put that there. I didn't choose for that billboard to be there. It interrupted me during my drive. In the same way that if I'm watching television and a commercial pops up, I didn't ask for the commercial. The network put the commercial on. That's interruption marketing. But now with DVRs and we have a choice about whether we want to see advertising or not. And most of us that on TV, we watch our content without commercials. So we have to be a lot more creative in bringing consumers to us. And that's what attraction marketing is all about. And Amber Voigt is a freaking master. So for those of you who are intimidated by social media, it's okay, but you do have to learn it. And so today we're going to talk about how someone who didn't know anything about attraction marketing has built a multi-million-dollar business. Just imagine, if you would, for a minute, attracting thousands of leads, potential customers, and consumers to you, not because you coerced them, not because you bribed them or pushed them, but because they know you, because they believe in you, because they trust you, and they want to be in your space. This is what attraction marketing is all about. So let me tell you a little bit about Amber Voigt, because this is how she's built her entire career. Hundreds of thousands of people all over the world, they love her. They track everything that she does. They trust her. They want to work with her. It's honestly, this type of attraction marketing is an entrepreneur's dream. So before I bring her on, let me give you a little bit of background on her. She is in a network marketing company called Unique. She has been, and she's at the top. So they call it black status. And she has reached the top with a team of 106,000 women doing over $10 million in sales per month. Holy shit balls. That's a lot. So, and the thing about this is she didn't know how to do this. It took her a relatively short amount of time. So we're going to talk about that. But this girl has been featured in all the big network marketing publications, Flip Flop CEO book, the 4-Year Career book. She's a guest editor in Networking Times, which is the largest network marketing publication in the world. She's been featured in Business for Home. She's spoken on some of the largest network marketing stages in the world. She hit the top of Unique, and it's YOUNIQUE, within 3 months. She retired her husband from his company, obviously, within that time frame, and began building her dream home. This is such a rags to riches story, I can't even tell you. I think the thing, I feel really honored to have Amber in my life for a variety of reasons. I met her through LinkedIn, which just goes to show how powerful social media marketing is. And the thing is, I learned about her, and then I read about her, I watched her video, I went to her site, and I said to myself, not only do I have to know her, I will know her, and I will partner with her. And hence is the power of attraction marketing, because I wouldn't have known anything about her had she not attracted me to her. She didn't go out trying to become friends with me. Actually, the opposite. I stalked her. So, but I think the thing that I love the most that I really want to share with you about her is that she's just really real and really loving and really open and, really lacks any of that I've reached the top arrogance, and really cares about doing the right thing. In fact, something that I love that her company did was they launched a foundation called the Unique Foundation. And she last summer wrote a book called The 7-Cent Decision. Every single dollar of her book goes to the Unique Foundation, which helps sexually abused women. So, and then here's the big clincher. As if this didn't make her awesome enough, she has 3 boys and she homeschools all of them, which is insane. I don't know how she does it. She's going to tell us today. So, Amber, are you here? Because
I am here.
For just everybody who doesn't know you to know you, you're such a rock star.
Well, thank you.
And a fellow redhead.
Fellow redheads unite.
That's right. I love it. Oh my gosh. So I don't even know, what should we talk about first? I'm thinking that the first thing I think that everyone should know about you, we don't have to go into all the details, but you do have such a hero story. And so something attracted you to wanting to do a home business. Something was going on with you in your life. And I think that would probably be a good place to start.
Absolutely. I started in network marketing when I was 17. I knew I never wanted to work for anyone else. I watched my dad be a salesman. I always said I was going to be a salesman. And I heard about this opportunity where you can get in, you can make your own hours, you can decide how much you make, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. But being a 17-year-old, I didn't know anything about personal development. I didn't know about how to relate with people, and I didn't know any of that stuff. So I failed big time. And what I did, which I'm speaking to the network marketers out there because I know this happens a lot in our profession. What I did is I seen my friend in another company having success, and I said, you know what? I bet it's because our products just aren't selling. I'm going to go over to this company and have success. So I went into that company, and guess what? I failed. I failed again. And I said, you know what? I bet it's because my upline doesn't help me. She never calls me. So I said, you know what? This company over here, I'm going to have success over here. So I went and joined that company. Again, I failed. And so I said, you know what? I bet it's the comp plan. We don't get paid enough. Right. If you're in network marketing, you've heard your downline members say this. And then I went to another company, and this went on for a few years. And I just kept failing and failing and failing and blaming everything besides me. I never looked in the mirror and realized, you know what, this is my business. I need to take responsibility. As soon as I heard the words personal development and I started working on myself harder than I worked on anything else, my eyes opened. And I realized that first company, people were selling the products. The products were selling. That wasn't the issue. The second company, my upline had people on her team who were successful. We had the exact same upline. So that excuse, invalid. That wasn't the reason that I failed. The next company, the comp plan, there were people making a ton of money, 6, 7 figures in that company. So it wasn't the comp plan. We had the exact same comp plan. I realized I was me. And if I would have realized that way before, I would have been much more successful much earlier on. So that was my aha moment.
Let me ask you a quick question. A couple things. Was your dad a network marketer?
He wasn't, but he is now.
Oh, right, of course.
Yeah, well, he wasn't really for it. He used to tell me to go get a real job all the time because he saw me fail so much. But in reality, I just didn't know how to build a business. I didn't know what to do, so my trainings now are Failing Forward, which is a great book by John C. Maxwell, by the way. But everything that didn't work, I can teach you what doesn't work. And I kind of learned what does work.
We have, so for network marketing, for those of you who don't know much about network marketing, the long of the short of it is these are just businesses like any other business. They have products and services that they sell, but instead of working through traditional marketing, they do word-of-mouth advertising. They let their distributors actually sell the products and share them through word-of-mouth advertising. So the only thing that's different about a network marketing company and a traditional marketing company is just the business model. It's just how they sell the products. And you said something so key here. So I just want to point this out to everyone. What you were missing was that you didn't have any business experience. Yes. And that you didn't have all that business savvy. So 2 things kind of showed up for me. One was how awesome it was that you finally turned it around to yourself and went, okay, wait a minute, what am I doing here or not doing that's going to make this work out? And we all have to take responsibility for why our business is succeeding, because it's so easy. It doesn't matter what kind of company you're in. It's so easy to push that off. But, you know, something else I was thinking of, were you like, I don't know, I'll just reveal that I was such a 17-year-old know-it-all, and I was never, my dad, like my very first job was selling Get the Stink Out spray at the freaking fair with my dad, who was an entrepreneur. But I wouldn't ask him for any help. So I was curious in listening to you. You know, here he was a salesman. Were you learning anything from him, or just?
I was. And just like you, it wasn't with my dad. My dad was selling timeshares at the time. And we went to the state fair. He always had booths, you know, all over the place. And I was probably 9 or 10, and I got hired by the guy at the booth next door to my dad to sell slicer dicers. And people were buying those like crazy. They're like, if a 10-year-old can slice and dice, I need to get some of those. So absolutely, our stories are a lot similar. I do want to tell those listening, you know, I left my company, so I finally had success. I earned a company-paid BMW in like 39 days once I started getting around people who were better than me. Once I started finding coaches, once I started doing personal development, that's when my life changed. I actually left that company, not from all those other reasons that in the past, but as a mom, there was a lot of partying and stuff like that in the company, and I just didn't fit that lifestyle. So I left that company, and when I did, I didn't realize how much that income really mattered to us, because it was okay. I mean, it was okay. I wasn't at the top of the top of the company, but I was making an extra like $2,000 a month, and that really kept our family afloat. So when I left that company, we actually became homeless. We lost our car. I lost that pretty BMW. We lost our house. We had to get on welfare. We had to go to the food shelf. I remember my little boys saying, they're like, "Mom, I love the free food," or the, what do they call it, the free grocery store. And I'm like, oh, it just broke my heart. But I knew I had the power to change it.
How did you, that's a really big decision to make. Like, if we could just go back into that for a second.
Yeah.
Like, you made a decision to stop that company and stop that income. How did you make that decision? What made you?
It was hard. It was so hard, but it just, if you don't have passion for something, if you don't love something, how are you going to do it? How are you going to wake up every day and say, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life? I just didn't have passion for that company, and it just wasn't me. It wasn't a good fit for me and my family.
In terms of the product that you were selling?
Yeah. It was a product that I didn't really believe in. I didn't have passion for it, and I couldn't do it anymore. I didn't like waking up. I dreaded going to work, and that's not how it should be, and especially when you own your own business. So you gotta listen to the heart.
Did you guys like sit down and talk about it? Like, was it a family decision?
Yeah, we did, and we didn't think that we were going to lose our house. My husband was he was an electrician, a low voltage electrician. So sometimes they have work, sometimes they don't. Well, at that same time that we left that company, all the work was gone. I mean, I think he got his check for like 50 cents. It was like, are you kidding me? So we lost everything, and we actually had to borrow $3,000 from a family friend, or a family member that we just met. My husband, we just met this, and my husband and I, we are the type of people who we never ask for help. So it was so hard calling up and asking for $3,000. I mean, that's a lot of money.
Right? I mean, it's like humiliating. It doesn't have to be, but I can imagine that is like.
No, it absolutely was. But I looked at my little boys, and I knew I had to do it. So what we did with that $3,000 is we bought a mobile home. Now, nothing wrong with mobile homes. I've seen some gorgeous mobile homes. This one, not so much. There was mold in the walls, holes in the floor. The toilet, seriously, I thought I was going to fall through every time I sat down on it. It was so bad. I was in the hospital for respiratory issues because of the mold, but it was something for my family. But I knew for a fact that that was not my end journey. So I tell this story a lot, and people are always like, Amber, that's where I am now. So I want to tell you, if that's where you are now, this is not the end of your journey. Keep going. There's more for you. This is not the end. This is just temporary. This is a temporary situation. So I knew I had the power. The power was personal development. The power was attraction marketing. Power was social media. And I just...
Okay, so let's talk about that. How you say you knew that was it. So, I mean, obviously we know that social media and attracting people to you is absolutely critical. Were you using that in the other companies?
Yes and no. I was using it not that well. I was kind of a spammer. I'm going to tell you guys. I was that annoying friend that you have on Facebook that's posting, "Come buy from me. Here's my website," all the time. Like, that does not work. So that was me. You know, we all have that friend who's in network marketing who posts constantly only about her business and nothing else.
So you can be the total annoying, do it all wronger and recover from that. That is good news because
recover from it.
okay, I think a lot of people are stuck in that because they don't think there's a system or they don't, they don't know what they're doing. So I think, okay, so obviously you're freaking motivated. You're living in a mobile home. That's not where you want to be. And you have your 3 kids and you need to start generating income in a short amount of time. Is that when you found Unique?
Yeah, and actually I found Unique. I was so broke. Like, I just wanted makeup. Like, I needed some new makeup. And I was working another company, which I loved. It was a great company, great leadership, great products. And I really liked it. But I was working that business, and one of my downline members in that business, she signed up for Unique. Now, she didn't want to tell me she signed up for Unique, so I just thought she was like a customer, right?
Right.
And I just loved the makeup. I'm like, oh my gosh, I love it. I need it. And I didn't have money, so what I did is, because it's $99 to start, and you get this, like, you get tons of makeup, like $300 worth of makeup. So what I did is I found anything I had of value, which wasn't very much. I did have a really cute Coach purse my aunt bought me, and I sold it on a garage sale group to get the money because I was going to make it happen. I really wanted that makeup.
Oh, my ladies, so everyone listening, it's so easy to get stuck in that conversation of I can't create what I need to. Like, and sometimes taking those risks. I mean, my gosh, you're like hawking your stuff.
Yeah.
And actually, I was sitting here listening to you going, this is so real. And everybody, and we're gonna circle back around to this, but this is why everybody loves Amber Voigt. She is not sitting here like, oh, I make millions of dollars now, and I'm this woman. You did everything freaking wrong, dude. Like,
Yes.
I'm sitting here listening to you going, okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that you were that, like, annoying spammy girl. Like, you were that annoying spammy girl who drove everybody crazy, and you did recover. This is, like, the best. This is the best.
I was the same
Thank you for being so honest. Wait.
So the people on my Facebook, like, oh my gosh, this is the funniest thing. I remember, okay, somebody messaged me, and from Attraction Marketing, they messaged me, like, I wanted more information about the business, and I realized we talked before 2.5 years ago, and I sent her a copy-pasted message about the opportunity and the website. Check this out. It was just so spammy. 2.5 years ago, I sent her that, and she did not reply at all. But she came to me wanting more information on Unique from Attraction Marketing, from seeing my non-spammy posts, which we're going to talk about in a second, kind of what I do post on social media. But anyways, when I got my kit, I just wanted it for the makeup. I just could not stop talking about it. I was in love with it. Like, I had this eyeshadow, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Dave, look, it's so pretty. And he's like, you just need to sell it. I'm like, I don't want to sell makeup. Been there, done that. Didn't sell anything. He's like, you just got to do it. I'm like, oh, I'm really happy in my company. And then I just started posting on Facebook, not business, because I didn't want to do the business. I was just posting how excited I was. I'm like, oh my gosh, check out this mascara. Look at my eyelashes today. I love this makeup. And I was not wanting to sell it at all. Right. I was just really excited. And people caught on to that excitement. I had like 80 people in my inbox saying, I need this. I want this. I want to join. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I called my upline in my company I was with, and I kind of told him what was going on. I'm like, what the heck? What's going on? And he was amazing. Like, the leadership in that company, amazing. We're still such good friends. He's a multimillionaire in that company, and he told me, he said, Amber, I love you, and you have to do this for your family. You love makeup. You love social media. This company is makeup and social media. You have to do it. And
okay, so
that was just amazing of him.
Well, so that is a question. I want to actually back up and ask you your definition of attraction marketing, but before we do that, I want to ask you, can you be good at attraction marketing if you don't love social media?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to. You should start to love social media, though, because it's awesome.
Right? I know. So let's talk about that. because there's so many people who don't, and and it sounds like we just all need to like freaking get over it. So,
Yeah,
in your,
absolutely.
what is the simplest definition that you can give of attraction marketing?
Traction marketing is how you make people feel. You might not be talking to them directly, but when they see your posts, when they see the lifestyle that you're living, when they see how you're helping other people, just your excitement, just about you, and they want to join you. People join you first, your company second. They join you first. So that's why social media is so awesome, because people can get to know who you are. You can do a video and 10,000 people can watch it and they feel like they're talking to you. You can post I'm going to tell you my biggest recruiting post. I got the most people on my team from this post. It had nothing to do about my business. I was at the park with my son and I took a picture of him and I said, I love creating my own work view. That had nothing to do with my business. That wasn't saying buy here, wasn't saying join my team now. It wasn't spammy. It wasn't annoying. I was just serious. I was working and I was watching my son at the park and I just posted I love working, making my own work view. And I signed up like 6 people in like half an hour's time from that post because they're like, I'm here looking at a picture of my kid in my cubicle. I need to know what you're doing. So that to me is attraction marketing because they all came to me. And I'll tell you, and I'm not going to tell you this number to impress you. I'm telling it to you to show you that even as a previous spammy network marketer who had no success, you can have success. In the last 2.5 years, you said I have 105,000 people on the team, or almost 106. It's like 105,800. But I've personally signed up about 600, and from that I have about 900 on my front line. I haven't contacted them. They came to me through attraction marketing. So I think that's really cool.
So your phone just rings?
My messenger goes off on Facebook.
Got it. Okay, so that's where I think we need to kind of start getting into the nitty-gritty, because I have been following you and I'm watching, and my goodness, you have all this plastic surgery that you just posted on social media, and I'm thinking to myself, holy shitballs, since that's my word today. Is that what we have to do? Do we have to be that open and that vulnerable? Like, tell us a little bit more about how much do we have to reveal about our lives?
You don't have to be that open. For me, a lot of my following, they're women, and they're women who they want to get the procedures done. I had a mommy makeover. They want to get that too. So it kind of brings more of a following in. And I will say, it helps with business. If you are that open, it does help. Because I also got about 10,000 new followers from posting on there. Because people who wanted the surgery, who had no idea who I was before, they seen me, they started following me, they were asking questions. So it does help. But you got to be open. I know a lot of people who have their Facebook closed because they're scared of creepers. I'm going to tell you, no, you can press the block button. And for me, it depends on what business you're in. But for me, I work with mostly women. So I don't accept just any random strange guys. I work with moms. I'm not networking with creepy people. I'm networking with people who are like me. So keep your Facebook open. Do not have it closed if you're trying to run your business through social media. It's not going to work.
Now, Amber, do you have a business page? And I know Facebook is your big.
Yeah, Facebook's my big thing. I have the most followers on Periscope, but Facebook's probably my biggest outlet that I use. And I do have a fan page, but or a business page. I don't really use it. For me, it works better if I just use my personal page, because I don't do posts like buy from me, like we talked about. I don't do those. Instead, my buy from me post will be a selfie saying, oh my gosh, I love how my eyebrows look today. Nothing about the business, but people will be like, oh, I got to try that. And then they contact me. Or another post could be a picture of me and my family at the beach and saying, create your own lifestyle. Something like that. Or I love that I beat the system today. Or just little things like that just get in people's mind, and they kind of they recruit themselves. The gears start turning in their head, and they're like, man, I wish I could do that. I'm gonna contact her, see what she does. And now, they contact me.
Some people can't you only have limited though personal followers on your private Facebook?
You can have up to you can have 5,000 friends, but you can have unlimited followers. I think I have like 45,000 on Facebook and then 50 on my fan page. So I have more on my fan page than I do on my personal profile, but I get I just pretty much just use my personal profile, but that's preference. I feel like I can create a relationship better from my personal profile than a business page. But that's just me personally. I mean, I have girls on my team who use a business
because you
page.
can interact differently, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like it's just more personable because that's how I want to make people feel. Like, even if they don't sign up with me, even if they're in a different company, whatever it might be, I just want to be friends. Like, I just want them to feel like I'm their friend, and I want them to know that I care about them. And that's hard to do on a business page.
Do you feel like in the beginning when you started this thing, did you just innately know how to post, what to title your post, the way to talk, or do you feel like you learned that?
I feel like I learned that through personal development, through watching people who I thought were better than I was, and just kind of seeing what they did. I followed multimillionaires who were in the profession, and I seen what they posted. And I'll tell you something, guys. They didn't post anything negative. They didn't post anything inappropriate. They didn't post any complaining about Monday. They didn't post anything like that. They posted only positivity. So that's going to be the main thing for attraction marketing. People are attracted to positiveness. They're repelled by negative. There's so much negative in the world. I want you to be the positive force. I get messages all the time, and I love them. I love these messages of people who, they're not on my team, they're not in my company, but just people who follow me, and they say, you're the only positive force in my life. Everything in my life is negative. And I open up my Facebook, and I can count on you to be positive. That's what I want every single one of you guys. I want you to be that in someone's life.
But so Amber, you seem like you are a very social person. Somebody
No,
who's
I'm not actually. I'm an introvert, which is crazy.
Oh, really? Okay, I'm actually really glad that you said that because I had it pegged that you were like the popular girl at school with like 10,000 friends who got the best all-around title.
I was a cheerleader, but I wasn't like the most super popular girl. But I hung out with everybody. I hung out with everyone. But no, I am an introvert, and I want to tell you that's okay. It's okay because I still love people. I just get like with energy, like I give my all. I give 100%, but then I get kind of drained, and I gotta go and kind of be by myself for a little while and recharge. But I noticed that almost all successful network marketers, not every single one, but a lot of them, they are introverts. Eric Worre, he's an introvert. I would never have guessed that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that either. Now, so how many platforms are you on?
Well, I'm on a few. Like I'm on LinkedIn, but I need to update that. I need to start using that more. I don't really use Twitter. I'm on Periscope is a big one. Facebook, Instagram.
Okay, now
Snapchat.
Did you Snapchat?
I do. I love Snapchat.
Okay, so that can feel incredibly overwhelming, especially for the newbies. So I just want to talk a little bit about that because, right now the latest is Snapchat, right? And then it was Periscope, and now it's Snapchat, and then it's going to be something else, and then so it's really overwhelming. So, and not everybody should be on the same platforms. We know that. So what would you advise around somehow managing all of that? Do you have to have all of that? I mean, you must just be social media marketing all freaking day. I'm imagining you going, okay, I'm going to go do a Periscope video, and okay, now I got it. Do I duplicate that same video now over here in Instagram and Facebook Live? And then, like, what is the system?
Don't overwhelm yourself. It's okay to just be on one or maybe even two. That's okay. You don't have to do all of them, and I don't do all of them. I don't do Twitter, which is one of the biggest ones out there, and I don't even use it. So most people, they use Facebook or Instagram. I love Facebook. Facebook will always be my number one. I don't really use I can't say I don't. I haven't been using Periscope as much as I have with Facebook Live, but I still try to get on there at least a few times a week. And you don't have to be super stressed about it. You can time them out. If you have a fan page, like I say I use my personal page, which I do, but here's something that's super easy if you have a business page. You can schedule your posts. There's also programs out there that allow you to schedule posts. A lot of times when I post on Instagram, I'll also connect it with my Facebook, so it goes on the same thing. Because I do have different followers on the different platforms. With Instagram, you got to be very consistent, though. I was getting nothing. I was getting no likes, nothing, because I would post like once a week. Like I'd always forget about it. So you have to be consistent and post the same thing. Not the same thing, but post, like, if you don't have pictures of your kids, pictures of your food, pictures of fashion, if you're going to be like a fashion Instagrammer who like daily outfits, post just what people want to see. So if you are, like, for me, it's business, it's like makeup, it's more like, it's almost, okay, this sounds really silly because I am not in this realm at all, but I kind of post like a celebrity posts. You know, I post about what I'm doing. I post about like a new hairstyle because the girls who follow me, that's what they want to see. They want to see cute clothes. They want to see hairstyles. They don't care about pictures of my food. I'm not
so know your audience. At the end of the day, know your audience. You're trying to attract your audience, and you're selling unique, and so it's about those things. So understand that.
So no pictures of my food. I don't really post a lot of pictures of my kids on Instagram. I do on Facebook because I other moms see it. I network with a lot of homeschooling moms on Facebook, but on Instagram, it's more like my girly area.
Okay, got it. And so what, same thing with Facebook. I mean, it's really the same material. So that's my question. You're totally motivated to do a Facebook Live video. Do you then go ahead and put it over on Instagram, the exact same thing?
Yeah, absolutely you can. Or you can just shoot another one. I mean, if you have time, and you don't have to do them all the time, just post, make sure to be consistent. Post at least once a day. And I actually have, I'll go through this real quick. One of my, see, this is another fun thing about fan pages. One of my people who like my page made me this. So this is a picture that I posted, and she kind of made it into this really cute coaster. So this is my 7 things that I do every single day on social media. Okay, so the first thing, an inspirational quote or picture. People are going to want to follow you to get those inspirational quotes. I actually had, my husband's cousin was in network marketing, and he was getting nothing. He wasn't getting any followers, nothing. And I said, start doing a video. Do a video of your favorite quote every single day. So he was doing them. He would just get on and say, hey, you know, here's my quote for the day, and he would do the quote and end the video. And he was doing it for a while, and then he stopped, and he was so surprised. He got so many messages from people he didn't even know saying, hey, I miss your videos. When are you going to start doing videos again? He's like, wow, people actually like those. People want inspiration. People want positiveness. So post an inspirational quote or picture. Make at least 5 new friends every single day.
Okay, so talk about that. What do you mean? Like go out proactively?
Yes, proactively. And what I do is I go into groups of things that I have interest in. So network marketers, stay out of the work at home groups, stay out of join my business groups. I'm going to tell you, it's a waste of time. People in there, they're already in a company. They're going in there to try to recruit people. So I don't like to do that. I like to find people who I have interest with, who are the same as me. People trust people who are like them. People trust people who have the same interest as them. And they want to do business with people who are like them. So for instance, if you're a gardener, go into a gardening group. Ask a question in there. Okay, I do want to back up. Don't go into a group and start posting about your business because you will get booted so fast. Don't do that. That's not what we're doing. We're not trying to get people. We're just trying to attract people. We're trying to make friends. We're friend collectors. I want you to be focused on the action and not the result. So if you say you want to sign up 10 people this month, don't be focused on that. Instead, be focused on talking and making friends with 5 new people a day. And if you keep doing the action, the result's going to come.
So Amber, are you doing all your own social media?
I do, yeah.
So this is major. This is basically your way. This is how you prospect.
This is how I prospect, and this is how I built such a large team. So I go into groups that I have interest in. So for instance, we'll talk about the gardening group, and I'll post a question in there, and this is really important to post a question. And I say, hey, you know, a recent one, I'm starting pumpkins this year, and I said, hey, I'm having my first pumpkin patch in this house, and I would love some ideas. I'd love to see pictures of your pumpkin patch. If you have one, post them below. And I was getting all these pictures, and we were talking about, okay, you know, what's the best, should I have them in full sunlight? Like, what's some tips? And then I started friend requesting these people. We kept talking about gardening. I never once mentioned my business. Now here's the thing. I'm letting them talk. I'm asking them questions. I'm just getting to know them. I'm not trying to be interesting. I'm not telling them, oh my gosh, I'm the top of my company. I get to go on these trips. Like, I'm not being a bragger. I'm not talking about myself. I have 2 ears, 1 mouth for a reason. So I'm talking to them, and I do have a notebook. When I'm talking to people, I just jot them down, and I jot down important things to remember. Don't tell them you're doing this, though, because they might think you're weird. Like, why are you writing my name down? This is just for you, okay? Because I want you to just remember people. People like it when you remember their name. People like it when you remember that they have, 3 kids. People like that.
So
So
you're saying if I go in and my commitment is to build 5 friends, so I go into a gardening group
Mhm.
and I ask about my pumpkin patch, and I'm building relationships and getting to know people. If I get to know those 5 people, you're saying you'll basically put those people on your list.
Yeah, I'll put them. Well, when I'm talking to people, I'll put them on my list because I also work with the law of averages, which is awesome. If you haven't heard of it, Google Jim Rohn, law of averages. So amazing.
Okay.
So I put them on a list just to remember who they are and just to keep track of my law of averages. And I'm just talking to them. So I'm going to tell you an instance of what happened. This was actually in a homeschooling group, not a gardening one, but same thing. Okay, so I went into a homeschooling group and I said, hey, I've been homeschooling now for about 3 years and I'm looking for a new curriculum. What do you guys recommend? I was getting a ton of messages, a ton of comments of what people recommend, and I just started adding them as friends. We were talking, and I met a woman named Anne, and I was just talking to her, and I'm like, okay, she told me the curriculum she used, and I'm like, awesome. So what do you like best about it? Awesome. Then I'm like, so what are you guys doing for science today? And we just started talking. I never once said anything about my business. And we're just talking about what she did for science, and we just kind of became friends. And then the next day I messaged her, and I said, oh my gosh, so did your kids ever not listen to you and never, don't think that you're a teacher? I said, today is one of those days. My son is totally not listening. He won't do any of his schoolwork. What do you do during that? And she's like, actually, I'm doing that. That's happening to me too. My daughter's so upset. I'm like, why is she upset? And she said she's upset because I have to miss her dance recital because I have to work. But she doesn't even realize that I work so she can go to her dance recital. See, me not trying to be interesting, me being interested in her and asking her questions, she told me her why. I now know why she works part-time, to put her daughter through ballet. And now I also know that she has a problem in her life. Her daughter's upset because she has to miss her ballet recital. So that's when I said, this probably isn't even for you, because I make it I'm not pushy, like not pushy at all. So I said, this probably isn't even for you, but I'd feel like a bad friend if I at least didn't mention it. I never have to miss any of my kids' activities. Have you ever thought of doing what I do and work from home? And now keep in mind, I never even told her what I did, but she knew, because if you're talking to somebody more than once on Facebook, come on,
They're
girls,
gonna
we
find
know
out
they're
about
going to creep on you. And that's why we always have to be super professional on our page. That's why we can't be complaining. That's why we can't be, swearing, or and just be the best version of you possible. So she actually said no. She's like, no, I'm not a salesperson. And I said, oh, that's fine. Not everybody is a lawyer too. That's totally cool. And then I changed the subject. I'm like, okay, so what are you guys doing what are you guys doing this summer? What kind of are you guys doing any school activities? And I just totally changed it so she didn't avoid me. We all have those network marketers who try to pitch us, and they won't stop, and they won't stop, and they won't stop, and we avoid them. I don't want anybody to avoid me. So I just changed the subject, but I did jot down a little note next to her name to follow up. I followed up the next day, and here's where it all ties in. Followed up the next day, and I said, I've been thinking a lot about you, and I know you said you're not a salesperson. Neither am I. Remember when I asked what kind of curriculum you used, and you told me why you liked it? That's exactly what I do. People ask me what kind of makeup I use, and they ask me what I like best about it, and I tell them if they want to buy it, great. If they don't want to buy it, that's okay. Yeah, I'll still be their friend. And she said, oh, I never thought of it that way. Do you think you could help me? And I said, of course. And she signed up, and now she's doing amazing. So that's what I do. And it does take a little bit more time because you have to build those relationships, but it's so worth it. And even if they don't sign up, I don't want you guys to go into these groups just like looking for somebody, like hunting for people. You don't want to be that. You don't want to be a hunter. Don't be a hunter.
I think what I really get from this that you're sharing is you got to network. And that's what this is about. You have to be out there, and you have to be meeting people in natural places where your interests lie.
Like, you have to be genuine. You can't just be in those groups saying, oh my God, this lady keeps talking to me, and when is she going to sign up already? Don't be like that. Generally,
so Amber, you achieved a lot of success in a short amount of time. Oh my gosh, it's already 11:20. I can't even believe it. I want to talk to you for like 5 hours. So you accomplished a lot of success in a really short amount of time. Does that have to do with this system that you just explained?
It does, yes. And I do want to say it was a short time, but you got to remember too, previously I was still networking with people because I was in other companies as well. I wasn't having success in them, but I was meeting new people. I was making new friends. So that helped with Unique. Like people are like,
So
oh
how
man.
many hours? I just want a couple more direct questions on the system. How many hours do you believe if someone's like really wants to, I don't know, create a significant income, enough for their, it could be $200,000 a year. I mean, is this like, it sounds like you must be doing this 14 hours a day.
When I first started, I was in a really bad place, like a really bad place. So I was working like 14 hours a day when I first started. But I do want to tell everyone it's not 100% of your time. It doesn't have to take 100% of your time. Only 100% of the time you're able to give. And that's the key word. People sometimes get on Facebook and they think they're working when really they're just creeping out on ex-boyfriends, taking tests, looking at funny baby photos that their friends posted. That's not working. That is wasting time. That's not working. That's playing on Facebook. So you have to be specific with your time, especially if you don't have 14 hours a day. Let's be honest. A lot of women who start, they have careers. They have kids. They have their family. They don't have 14 hours a day to work. And that's okay. You can still be successful. You just need to make sure to be doing money-making activities while you work. Meeting new people, not playing games. No games.
Right.
So, but now I don't work that much.
Helping you. No one's helping you now in the social media space with any type of posting.
Mm-mm.
And is that because
I did have somebody? I did. I had an assistant, and I paid her like $40,000 a year, and it was a really good job. But it didn't work. She was an awesome person, but it just didn't work because we weren't the same type of people. Like she was not bubbly at all. She was not at all. She was very straightforward. And so when she would help me, because I get a lot of messages. I get like 500 messages a day. So she would help me with messages. And people thought I was so mean because they're like, why? That's not how you usually talk. Like, why are you talking? They just thought I was so mean. I'm like, okay, I can't have anyone else do my messages. I have to do my messages. So it's hard. If I could find somebody who talks like me who could post, I will always do my own messages.
Right, or then knows how to also grab the opportunity when they see it. I mean, that's difficult too, because that takes a certain amount of salesmanship and understanding of your own business and what the pain points are and things like that, right?
Yeah. It was just different personalities, and her personality wasn't bad for her, but it was more colder than I am. So it just didn't work.
Oh my gosh, I feel like I have so many questions I want to ask you. Okay, how many times do you think you post a day versus making friends in groups?
I post, well, do I have it on here? Okay, real quick, I want to go over this real quick. Okay, after you comment with 5 existing friends, you're going to post a video. You need to post a video on social media. If you don't do videos, you got to start doing them. And I realize that you might not like how you look. You might look at, this was me. It took me 6 days to post a 6-minute video. So I'd watch it and be like, oh my gosh, double chin. Oh my gosh, I stuttered in that one. Oh my gosh, like my hair's messed up in that one. And you will never post it. So just do the video, post it. Post about your love of the product, not in a salesy way. So let's say you're in a health and wellness company. You could go to the gym, take a selfie, and say, man, I love this shake, and have a shake in your hand or something. Post something that others will like, or a question or something that someone's going to comment on. The more people comment on your stuff, the more they're going to see your stuff. It's just how Facebook works. And then a lifestyle post. That would be like my son at the park. So those are what I do. And I post, how many times do I post?
Can you say those again? Those are 3 types of posts?
Yeah. Yep. So there's a lifestyle post. So that would be like, one of my team members, she had a really good one. She had a picture of like all of her dogs. She has a ton of dogs. She doesn't have any kids. She just has a ton of dogs. And she posted, she had her little purple card, which we get our commissions on, and she's like, get a spa day for the doggies thanks to this purple card. That's a lifestyle post.
Got it.
But I don't know how many times I post a day, I guess, because it's so different. I don't ever post business. You're not a robot. I post whenever if my son does something cute, I'll post about it. If it's just here and there, as I think I don't know. I don't really have a set schedule.
You're incorporating it into your life, and I think that's something that, for everyone listening, it might not be natural at first to have that kind of third-person perspective on going, ooh, this would be a good time to share something, if you're not used to doing that. So I do believe it's going to take practice. What?
I said they will get used to it. It is part of my life. Like, I love social media. That's where all my friends are. Most of my friends, before Unique, I had no friends out of the country or even out of the state. all of my friends are everywhere. Like most of my friends, they're in the UK. Like it's so crazy. So I'm on social media a lot. It is a big part of my life. And actually kind of funny, I was thinking, okay, I don't know how funny it is. It's not that funny, but I was thinking the other day, I'm like, okay, I travel so much. If my plane was ever going down, I would totally Facebook Live. I would Facebook Live it and say, thank you, everybody. I love your friendship. I'm going down.
Right.
That's how you know you love social media.
About the fullness of your life. Oh my gosh, I love it. Oh my, I just have so many more questions, and now it's like at the end of the hour, and we need to wrap up. And I want to talk about. Can we have you back?
Absolutely.
Because this is so awesome. I would love. What's your favorite quote?
Change your mind, change your life.
I love it. I love it. Right?
So
Because you have to change your mind first, because you can't change your life if you are looking through the same view all the time. And I love that view that you have with your son, that view that you shared. I get how impactful that must have been for people, because that's what you get to look at every day. What is the number one habit that's helped you become successful, besides posting on social on a regular basis?
Consistency. If you're not consistent, it's not going to work. You can't just go and work your business for a week and then take a month off and wonder why you're not having success. You need to be consistent on social media. You need to post consistently. Otherwise, you're not going to get anything. Like I was talking about how I wasn't consistent on Instagram. I was getting no likes, no followers, nothing. I now average about 300. It's not a whole ton, but like 300 a day, which is a good amount from going from nothing. And so consistency is key. Consistency.
And then finally, how fast do you believe you can actually build followers quickly if you're using this system?
Really quickly. I have people who they went from 300 friends on Facebook to their 5,000 friends in 2-3 months. So pretty quick.
Okay.
And
awesome.
you could even do it faster than that if you were really determined.
I love it. Any final thoughts?
Just go out there and love everybody. I always tell people that, like when I was speaking at GoPro or people always ask, what's your number one tip? Love everybody. Don't care if they're going to join your business. Don't care if they're going to buy something from you. That's not the point. The point is that they're another human being, and you got to love them. And if you love them, good things are going to come back to you. So that's my biggest. Oh, before we end, I have to tell you just a quick story about loving everyone. So on social media, I met a woman who she's a top person in her company. It's a jewelry company. And we got to talking, and most network marketers would be like, oh, she's not going to sign up with me. I'm done. Waste of time. I'm not like that. I didn't care. It's not about the money. It's not about signing someone up. I generally just wanted to be her friend. So we continued to talking and everything, and she told me, she's like, hey, I have a friend who's never been in direct sales, and she really wants to join Unique. I'm going to tell her about you. And all of a sudden, I got an email saying, Brianne Kerr signed up. And Brianne Kerr never has done direct sales in her life. She went to the top of her company. Her team does over $100,000 every single month. I mean, she's a really good person to have on your team, and I would never have got her if I would have just said, oh, this lady isn't going to sign up. I'm not going to talk to her no more. You have to always love everybody and lead with your heart, and good things are going to happen.
Amber, I'm so blessed to have you in my life, and I'm so excited to share you with my community of entrepreneurs. So I want to just say in final thoughts to everyone, don't get confused about network marketing. Everything that Amber talked about today applies to the way that you want to work social media in general, and the way that you want to work networking. Like by being authentic and by being who you are and by sharing who you are, you'll attract the people that will love you. And don't get caught up in who likes you, who doesn't like you. Just be wonderful, and your people will come. That's really what
Absolutely.
I got out of this. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much. All right, everyone, if you've got a business idea and you want some advice, or you just want tips and tricks as to how to get there like we got from Amber today, then subscribe to Pitch Me Moms, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.